All right, people, I want to discuss some important things with you all here today, so I want to thank you for tuning in. And of course, drop me some comments whenever we cover something you want to kind of, I guess, contribute to in the discussion in the comments section. So it's a Moffett-Nathanson Media, Internet, and Communications Conference that took place over the course of the last 48 hours. And the EVP and CEO of the Verizon Consumer Group, Sampath, speaking to Moffett-Nathanson on kind of what's going on with the business. And there's some really important things I want to discuss. So here goes a couple of things. The first thing I want to mention is from the conversation that happened, I'd say in the back third of the discussion between these two people, was the disclosures on convergence and what Verizon sees and why you see them very active in convergence. So the first thing that Sampath mentioned was there's an uplift in wireless when there is Fios. And he mentioned that 16% of the base is a converged customer, which tells me that those are the ones that are taking multiple services, home broadband or business broadband, and then mobility, whether it's consumer or business, whatever. He then spoke to fixed wireless access, and he said on average, there is a 10% share taking by Verizon's 5G home internet. And I'm guessing that's between both business and consumer. And he said that Fios is up over 40%. When you think about those metrics, seeing as how fixed wireless access is an excess capacity model and it's just part of the network, I mean, they feel really good about where they are with that business. And then he went on to say that with Fios and fixed wireless with 5G home internet, their services are available to 100 million customers. And he did mention, and this is the important part, that 5G home internet pace is going to pick up again, which means the pace is going to speed up faster than what it was in like maybe the previous quarters. So that's kind of amazing because you think about it, you know, the how fast that the services sell, it all kind of makes sense. Sampath said that the capacity on cell sites sells out in a few weeks. And he said their customers are taking it in tier 1 markets, tier 2, and tier 3. So tier 1 is the urban core. Tier 2 is suburban. Tier 3 is the rural. And he says that they're going to see accelerations in all three of those. He did say that adoption is a little bit slower in tier 3, but he said that that's just kind of catching up and that it's going to pick up in pace as well. He did say that Verizon 5G home internet does take in cable territories in tier 1 markets. So I want you guys to think about that. Why would customers leave cable for Verizon 5G home internet in a tier 1 market? And he said that customers are fleeing because of price increases, which tells me that the cable operators are reinvesting heavily into their networks, which is justifying them having to raise prices, but then Verizon is just taking those customers. All right, and he did mention that currently 5G home internet fixed wireless, and this is just the industry as a whole, is taking 10% of the market share, and he said that's going to double in 20% in the future. So that's why Verizon feels comfortable saying they're going to go from 4 million customers in 5G home internet to 8 to 9 million. I think he's pretty secured in his position there. I think he's right. And then when it comes to fiber economics, this is huge. He did say that it's costing less money to pass more addresses now, right? He mentioned a 10% reduction in cost to build fiber to an address. And then he mentioned that the penetration rate is now faster. So once they put fiber in a place, the uptake rate hits the penetration a lot sooner. They're not sitting around waiting to get customers. I'm seeing some really positivity for Verizon's broadband strategy. I see a lot of good in what they're doing. I can clearly see why they're so heavily invested in 5G home internet and why they acquired Frontier. I think that really sticks out. Anyways, tell me what you guys think about those disclosures from Sampath and the kind of the leadership group there from Verizon. I'm going to do another video. I got a couple other things to discuss, but man, this is huge. And I think this bodes well for their future focus of what they've been doing for the last couple of years. I think they're justified in their direction. I think they're doing something right. Things look pretty clean over there, at least to me, when it comes to convergence between the home internet customer also being a wireless customer, one hand washing the other. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all these things. Drop me some comments, like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.